Hello there, you're welcome to my Beautifier Community Youth Uganda. I am your host, Jamesboy Imani. Many times in everyone's life, we are faced with several challenges. We are faced with a lot of burdens. We are faced with circumstances in life that sometimes overwhelm us and lead us to a state of hopelessness, the state where we feel totally helpless, where we feel finished, there's no hope, and sometimes we also resort to means that are also not good. When someone loses hope, there's a lot of negativity that they are capable of, including suicide, you know, things like depression, fighting, war, anything can happen, reckless driving, drinking, drugs, alcohol, but most of the times, people's reactions, people's actions are usually a sign of how they are feeling, the state they are in inside. So when you see someone aggressive, when you see someone behaving in a reckless manner, usually that instability or unstable behavior is because of what they are inside. So what we do outside is actually a reflection of what is actually going on inside. So many times we have these troubles, but we don't have anyone we talk to, and instead it starts adding up. These troubles keep increasing and piling up. So usually these bad things that happen are usually outbursts. So you might be going through a bad situation right now. Probably you've lost a loved one through divorce, or maybe they've died. You've lost a sister, brother, an uncle, someone you loved so much and they died. You feel it's the end of the road. Probably you've got an infection of a serious disease, or you've been going through a chronic illness, or things are you've been fired at work, or you're searching for jobs and there's no hope, or maybe your landlord is about to throw you out, there's no money for rent, there's no money for school fees, children are there. So everything keeps piling up and you feel like it's too much. You've tried seeking for help, probably you've tried to talk to people, but sometimes it reaches that level when even human intervention cannot really help you. You feel like you've reached the end. Even human ability, even the best of human ability, has a limitation. There are levels where it's only God who can intervene, where it's only God who can save you, where it's only God who can turn around your situation. There are those times in life mankind or humanity has no answer. For example, issues like COVID, there are things that come and challenge even the best of minds. God is the only source of help in the times of need, when there's no way out. This should be our lifestyle, not only turning to God when we have problems. We should learn to always have rest in God, to always trust in God, to always bring our worries, our cares, our challenges to God first. Then God will help us to find a way out. In 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 7, it says, give all your worries and cares to God, for he cares about you. So God dearly loves you. God cares about you. He's concerned about your issues. He's always focused on you. He's just waiting for you to seek his face. God knows the number of hairs on your head. God knew you even before you were formed in your mother's womb. God knows what you're going through. He knows your future and he has the way out. He has the best plans for you, So God is the best person to turn to. God is the best solution. So whatever you're going through right now, don't let it break you down. Don't resort to other means out of fear and panic, like witchcraft, like stealing, or corruption, doing something bad in order to solve something that you're going through. Remember, every bad thing that you do is a seed that you plant for something worse. So God is calling on to you today to bring all your troubles and worries to him, and he will give you rest. In Matthew chapter 11 verse 28, Jesus says, come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy loads and burdens, I will give you rest. So Jesus is calling you today, if you're feeling weary and heavy laden, and he will give you that rest that you need. His rest is not temporary. His rest is permanent. His rest is a permanent state. With Jesus, you have this comfort, you have this peace, you have this joy, you have this happiness, regardless of the circumstances you're going through. You could go through the storm, you could go through the dark valleys, the bad weather, and all that. But Jesus, if He's with you in that boat, you are safe. Just like Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, they had Jesus, He joined them in the fire. The same thing that happened to the apostles on the water. You see, Jesus calmed the storm. So Jesus is calling you today to bring your burdens to Him, and He'll be very glad and willing to calm that storm in your life.